Hello, welcome to Woodnote Studio. Today, for our first video in our woodworking shop, we're going to unbox the Rockler router table fence. Because when I went onto YouTube, I did not see any individual review of this fence. And so I just got it in and I figured, what a way to kick off a channel. So we're going to unbox, take a look at all the features it has, how easy it is to get set up and assemble. And one of the main purposes that I got this fence was for the purpose of jointing boards. So we're gonna check that feature out and see how well that works. And then I'm gonna use it as a jointer going forward.
All right, let's open this box up. Just so you know, we are not sponsored by Rockler, so I bought this on my own. As you can see, it's packed really well, which I was happy about. And there's only 3 little bags in it, so that's easy. All right, and this is the main fence. These are shims that provide a wedge between the MDF fence and the aluminum fence. Just in case it's not perfectly flush, you can use one of these to make it so. And I'm thinking you could also use it if you're using your fence as a jointer so that you can take off more. All right, there's 4 shims in here. You get a blue one that is 8 1/1000ths of an inch. You get 2 grays that are 1 100th of an inch, and a white that is 2 100ths of an inch. All right, so let's get all this stuff out of these bags and start looking at the individual pieces. And with Movie Magic, it's all out. Wonderful. Now, the pieces that come with this. You have your bit safety guard. We get a guest appearance from the producer of the show / cameraman. So anything that you don't like with the camera work, blame him for it. Alright, so what else is included in the packaging along with the fence body is the MDF adjustable fence face on 2 sides, the bit safety guard. We have 2 5/16 1-inch T-bolts, 2 5/16 5-inch T-bolts, and then 2 5/16 4.5-inch carriage bolt, and then 2 5/16 3.5-inch T-bolt. So you got a lot of options on locking down the fence to your T-tracks. You also have 2 1-inch round knobs and 2 5-star knobs. One thing that I really like is that this hex key, which loosens your both sides of the MDF adjustable fence face, it comes with that, and it has a nice little handle with it. And then it also has a little storage compartment on the side of the fence for you to lock that in so you don't lose it. So I actually really like that feature. Now, the bit safety guard is attached to the MDF fence face using the 2 1-inch T-bolts and the 2 1-inch round knobs. So they go into your slots, and as you can see, attaching the bit safety guard to that using those 2. And it's so easy that a child can do it. Why is he letting a child play with a router fence? It's just the fence. Relax. I don't have the bits in and the router turned on. That's later. Now, if you noticed, the T-tracks were not how they are now in the prior shot in the video. So don't be like me and cut your T-tracks before you get your fence in excitement and anticipation of getting it all ready and set up. It is quite wide. The widest you can have your T-tracks is 29.5 inches, and the closest they can be to each other is 25.25 inches. You also have 2 jointer bars that are in one side of the adjustable MDF fence. I wrote on one side of them so that I can determine which side has to face out for when I'm jointing a board and which side I want the face of the fence flush. What we're looking at right now is the micro adjusting knob, which moves that side of the fence out while the other side is attached to a hinge. On the top is your fence locking knob. Once you move your micro adjustment out to the desired width, you can lock that in, and that goes out about 1.25 inches. After you make the adjustments, you can see there's a yellow bar on the top that reveals itself as you widen that. So you can see it slightly there, and I'll extend it to the full amount so that you can see how wide that gets. But it shows you so that you're aware of what your adjustment setting is at. And it also has a little dial and gauge on the side, on the left side of it, so that you can make that 1/16 inch adjustment, or however fine tune you want to have it. And then the top has that locking key so that it doesn't accidentally move as you're pushing against the fence when you're making your cut. Alright, enough of this boring stuff. Let's join a board. See this thing in action. And that's about all the action we're going to get, because I have to learn how to position my camera in a way where you'll be able to see what I'm doing instead of my back and the back of my arms. This is a learning process for me, so bear with me, and in the future videos I'll get better at that. But it did come out very smooth. I gave it 4 passes and everything looks squared. It was nice and flat and pretty clean. The router bit I used was a 1/2 inch shank flush trim 2-inch straight router bit.
Alright, so we tested jointing this board to see how well it works. It's just a piece of pine, but I think it did a really great job. This is a straight bit that I have, so used what I got, but the fence is great. It's funny, the dust collection on this, I wasn't expecting it to work as well as it did, but it didn't really leave anything behind. So especially with this here, it has the suction to come right through, and there's nothing, no shavings or anything in there, so that's great. Some nice features, and it seems like it's made really well. So yeah, I mean, if there's anything else that you guys and girls would like to know about the fence, shoot me a message and I'll let you know when I come around to something like that and test it out, and respond to tell you how well it works. But other than that, I think it's a great fence and worth the money. So I say it's worth it. So that's all, and thank you for checking out the channel, Woodnote Studio, and we will see you next time when I build something.